Hello, everyone. I'm Rob Romarino with Sentry Equipment and want to welcome you to the third in our four-series virtual webinar. Today, we're going to be talking about shaking up your team. Basically, how do we go from having employees to brand ambassadors? Okay, brand ambassadors are people that promote your brand, help your business. They're not people just doing whatever job or task they're doing. They're really helping promote your store. So how do we take employees and get to that? That's what we're going to be talking about today. Just want to take care of a quick housekeeping. This entire seminar, our virtual seminar, and the seminars we had yesterday and the one we're going to have later today will be available online. If you registered for the webinar, you'll be able to have full access to that to play back later. So you'll have all that information. If you look on the left of the page here, you're going to see a couple links. Obviously, right now you're on the stage. There's an ice cream lounge. The ice cream lounge features videos and information on every category of ice cream that you may be interested in or looking into or already have. Lots of good videos, lots of good information. There's also an expo tab there that you can click on. There you'll see the area's leading vendors and suppliers of everything and anything ice cream related, both in product and equipment. The vendors that we work with were really generous in providing information, providing links about their products, about their companies. So I would encourage you to kind of peruse that information, take a look at it so you can see what's out there, because it's important. Also, you're going to have access to our YouTube channel, our YouTube page, 3-minute tips. You kind of link to our website where we do a lot of consulting information. So this particular seminar, try to keep them pretty short, anywhere from 25, 30 minutes. There is a chat on the right. If you do have questions throughout the presentation, feel free to throw them out there. You get to them after or get to them during the presentation. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to share a screen here regarding our little presentation. So let's get started with shaking up your team, transforming your staff into brand ambassadors. So what is a brand ambassador? Well, brand ambassadors embody the essence of your company's identity. Their values align with your company values, and their goals match the principles of your company mission. They're excited about everything that you want your customers to be excited about. So is your team embracing your brand or just cashing a paycheck? And I know when I talk to customers about this type of information, they look at it like, look, I'm hiring minimum wage employees. They're young kids. They're 15. They're 16. I can't. I just hope they show up to work. I hope they're not on their phone. I hope they don't cuss out my customers. Look, we're setting the bar low, right? As an owner, and guess what we're going to get when we set that bar low? We're going to get low bar employees. We have to look at it like, even though they're minimum wage, you're not hiring you're not a Fortune 500 company. We're still hiring people that are integral to the success of our business. And if we treat them as such, they're going to have a very positive influence on the success of our business. So we want to look at brand ambassadors. And a brand ambassador, if you read that, look, they have to understand what your company's mission is, and they have to be excited about what you want your customers to be excited about. I am a big believer in culture. Okay, in our business, we strive to have a positive culture every single day. Not always easy. Okay, it's hard. I'm a believer in teamwork. I'm a believer in acronyms and team. Together, everyone achieves more. I 100% believe in that. So why is creating team culture so vital? Well, how you treat your customers is really defined by how you treat your employees. Because what's happening on the inside of your business is felt outside by the customer. So if you want the customer to experience positivity, happiness, fun, quality, well, then you have to have that type of culture within your organization. If you don't, guess what? It's not your employee's fault. It's not your customer's fault. It's our fault as owners. Okay. Some companies really overlook the role that employees play in influencing customers via social media or word of mouth. We're hiring young kids for the most part, and guess what they're on every day? We try to keep them off it, but they're on their phones. So they influence via social media, via word of mouth. Remember, employees speak. Employees speak, but social media listens, okay? And the community listens to what they're saying. Given the right structure and support, employees can be one of your most valuable marketing resources. And what I mean by that is, if employees love working at your store and they're proud of the product, well, guess what? They're going to tell other kids and other people and other college kids or high school kids or their families. That word of mouth is the most powerful type of marketing you can have in this type of business, in these community-oriented businesses. So if we support our employees and get them to a point of positivity, guess what? That's going to transfer throughout your community and help your store. 37% of employees in national labor poll say working with a team is the main reason they stay at a company. So if you have a team-oriented culture in your business, you're going to be able to keep the good employees. You're going to be able to foster, and the good employees are going to be able to bring other good employees in. And if you have that culture and you have that good teamwork and you have those good employees, well, your life becomes easier. The business becomes easier. It also helps weed out the bad employees, okay? I always say in our business, we have A-plus people, okay, that work here. Well, guess what? If we get a B-plus person, they stick out like a sore thumb. And the A-plus people won't have it. In a poor culture environment, the bad employees will fester and spread, okay, and take over. In a good culture place, those bad employees, they won't last. They'll leave before you even have to get rid of them. So having culture, having a team-oriented environment is very, very important to kind of building that brand ambassador that we're looking for. So how do we build brand ambassador culture? How do we go from just having employees to having representatives of our company that we're proud of? Well, first and foremost, you gotta logo up and invest in branded apparel. And I don't put any limits to this. I'm a big brand guy. I want you to be branded. I want you to have shirts, pants, hats, aprons. I want you to have swag items, stickers, giveaways, tumblers, pens. Whatever you can do to promote your brand and promote your logo and promote your company is important. How are you going to have a brand ambassador if you don't have a brand? If you have a store, I don't care how small, how big, how medium you may be, you need to have branded apparel. You need to have uniforms. You need to have consistency in the look that you're portraying to your customers, okay? Whether it's hats, aprons, pens, tumblers are a great thing. A lot of the time today, you're just having tumblers with coffee or water or juice or drinks. Having your logo on those things, having branded pens. Okay, so when you're taking orders, it's with your company's logo on there. So important. It'll help your employees feel like they're promoting a brand if you have the branded apparel. So invest in that. Okay, there's a lot of websites out there and a lot of inexpensive ways to create branded apparel for your store. How do we build brand ambassador culture? Communicate the goals and objectives of your business and brand, not just their job. What are your core values, both as an individual and as a company? Okay, it's very important that when somebody walks into your store, and I get it, a lot of these kids, it's their first job. It's an opening job. It's not their career. But we still have to treat it as such. It's very important to you. It may not be important to them. And if it's not important to them, maybe you need to move on from that person. But it's their success, their presentation to your customers, how they work is extremely important to your success. So don't let their job dictate your message, okay? You need to go in and explain to them, look, this is the objectives of my business. I have this business. We've had it for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. It's family owned. It's not, whatever it is. I just bought it last month. I want to be a community. I want to be the community ice cream store. I want my customers to feel great about coming here. I want them to leave happy. I want to understand all the product that we do. It's high quality. Look, we're using this to make our ice cream or Italian ice or gelato. We're using the best soft serve. We have the best equipment. Be proud and explain that to somebody when you're in the hiring process, right? Explain your core values of your business. Explain, why you got into the business. It takes 5, 10, 15 minutes to tell them the story. And it's important because it builds trust. They understand what's important. It gives them a sense of responsibility to the business rather than just hiring them and throwing them out there. So, question from this page: are you branded enough to even have an ambassador? Right? Think about that. So again, continuing on, how do we build brand ambassador culture? I've been in a lot of stores, a lot of ice cream stores, and I visit customers, and there's employees there. And I've had employees come in, and the owner doesn't even know their name. And they've been working there a week, 2 weeks, sometimes even longer, or they just got hired, whatever it is. How would you feel if you just got hired at a place and it's your first job and you're excited and the owner doesn't even know your name? Are you going to really represent that brand well to the customers? Absolutely not. Get to know your staff. Care about their well-being. These people, a company is an intangible entity. It's made up of individuals. That's who makes up the company. Caring about the individuals that help your company will help your company succeed. Okay? I don't care if it's the lowest person on the totem pole or the highest person on the totem pole. Give them the opportunity and give them the acknowledgement of who they are, care about who they are, understand who they are. Do they play soccer? Do they play volleyball? Do they play hockey? Whatever they do, understand it. It's important. Have regular employee reviews and how you are sessions. I believe in this. We do it here. I encourage other stores to do it. Listen to the feedback. I think the most common thing I hear from employees of a lot of different businesses, yeah, we had a review. They don't listen. They're not interested in what I have to say. Look, feedback is important. You have to listen to it. Don't just hear it, listen to it, okay? How are you sessions can be 2 minutes. Hey, how you doing? How's it going? How's school? How's this? How's that? Is there anything, how you like the job? Those little things will kind of spearhead people and motivate them as they go through their daily job. Provide regular recognition, support, and acknowledgement. Again, it doesn't have to be super formal. It could be informal. It doesn't have to be super expensive. 37% of employees in that national labor study said verbal recognition is the most important method of support. You don't have to throw money at them. You don't have to throw super expensive gift cards. Just, hey, great job today. Great job today. Wonderful job last night. Hey, I came in this morning. You closed last night. Awesome job. That little verbal recognition just propels somebody to get through the day, makes them feel better about themselves. Showing employees their value. Trust and incentivize employees with a clear reward system. What's this mean? Well, 69% of employees surveyed said they'd work harder if they felt appreciated. So, if they don't, if your staff doesn't feel like they're appreciated, and they just feel like they're coming in and going through the motions, they're not going to work as hard. Okay, it's up to you to kind of motivate them. Have clear reward systems. Okay, little things. $10 Wawa gift cards or coffee gift cards, little things like that. Buying pizza for them on a Friday night. Like I said, that informal kind of verbal recognition. All those things can really help motivate your staff and build that culture that we're looking for. So the question from this page is, what is your reward system when a team member goes above and beyond? When you see somebody that just wows you or wows a customer, what's the reward system? Is it clear? Is it incentivizing? Think about that. Continuing on, how do we build a brand ambassador culture? First, you got to build and encourage a collaborative culture. What's that mean? Well, obviously you own the business or you're a principal of the business. All the decisions kind of go through you, but the ideas don't have to. When you have a collaborative culture, you're encouraging your staff to come up with ideas, think about things, tell them what they're seeing in the market, tell you what they're seeing in the trenches, and use those ideas to better your business and better the team culture environment. The worst thing you could do is just have employees that show up, make your products, go home. They have a very different perspective of the community than you do. They have a very vision of the community than you do. If we're not kind of picking their brains, we're losing a lot of valuable information as business owners. So encouraging collaboration. We have meetings here, and I'll ask the team. I'll say, look, next week's meeting, I need you to come up with one idea to better the business, or one idea that can help you make your job better. Even sometimes, forcing people to think about it is necessary, because the ideas that they come up with are awesome, and we implement a lot of them, because I don't have the perspective that everybody has, just like they don't have the perspective that I have. And it's the same thing in your business, right? Different, if you're in the trenches, out of the trenches, back of the house, front of the house, all different perspectives. And most importantly, a lot of these kids have different perspectives to the community. If you have 10, 15, 20 kids on your staff, I guarantee they play different sports, they go to different schools, they're different ages, they hang out with different types, different crowds. Let's get their perspectives to see how we can do our business better, but you have to have that collaborative culture to do so, right? 33% of employees say the ability to collaborate makes them more loyal to your brand, okay? You can't do it or think it all, so get different ideas. Next thing, allow your employees to fail to help them grow, okay? Don't micromanage everything. The last thing you can have is an employee who is just completely afraid to make a mistake, because when they get to that point, they're not going to do anything. They're not going to make a decision. They're not going to go above and beyond. They're going to do the bare minimum because they're so afraid of what's going to happen if they fail and they make a mistake. Look, new mistakes are good. The same mistakes are a problem. And if that becomes a problem, you have to address that with the employee. But the culture overall has to be like, hey, you messed up. Big deal. Okay, what did you learn from it? All right. Now we can grow. Be supportive of the new mistakes. Failure equals growth. Every single time, failure equals growth if in the right environment, okay? If they continue to fail and continue to make mistakes, different type of situation. What is growth within your company? What does growth look like? Growth, obviously, there's no corporate ladder in a lot of frozen dessert shops, but growth, whatever small it is important. I believe that if you hire a new employee, and let's say you have blue shirts, well, maybe new employees wear red shirts for a couple weeks until they feel like the job's right for them and you feel like they're right for the job. Then when they get through the 2 weeks or 1 week, whatever that time frame is, they graduate to that blue shirt. They feel good about it. They've earned it. Okay. Next time you bring in people, the red shirt crew just starting out, they're going to help them. They say, hey, I was where you are, and now I got this shirt, and maybe you give them an extra quarter, an hour. That is motivating for people. Whether you have a night manager, remember it's shift supervisors, social media managers, kids that open and close, hold keys, handle money. Again, have little stepping stones for your staff that when they do a good job, they have something to aspire to. Okay. Provide a safe environment, both COVID and non-COVID related. This is really important, both for the individual employee, if they're older, of course, and if they're younger, both for the individual employee and their parents. Okay, parents obviously could be a challenge sometimes when you're hiring kids. I've been in helping customers with interviews, and the parent comes in and the kid's in the background, and I'm like, look, we're not hiring you, we're hiring your child. They get out. So I understand parents can be a challenge, but nothing makes a parent feel better than when they know their child or their kid is going into a safe work environment, and the individual feels good too. This has just been put on steroids with the COVID pandemic. And I have a chart here that you can kind of see how employees felt during the last 6 months or so with COVID. Mid-May, they felt like there was clear action and response, well prepared to do their job. Supervisor kept them informed of what's going on, and they care about their overall well-being. And then by June, you see those numbers decline. Even more, it's declining now because hopefully we're moving a little bit into a better situation with COVID, and regulations are getting lax. The public is getting frustrated. Well, look, you still, as a business owner, you still have to provide a safe work environment. You can't get lax. All right. Don't get relaxed on the restrictions. Provide that safe work environment, COVID related, for your staff. And then non-COVID related, same thing. You don't want to leave kids alone at night. You don't want to make sure, they're closing at night, walk in their car in the dark. parking lot. That's unacceptable. They're not going to fight for you if you don't fight for them to be safe. So do you encourage or discourage collaboration in your store? Next couple ones is good stuff, big stuff. Employee engagement. Get your employees engaged in all aspects of the store. Again, I have a lot of customers I talk to, and they're like, no, I just want my employees to just come in and make products. Well, they're not involved in recipe development, new product marketing campaigns, social media execution, even talking to vendors and suppliers, coming up with training manuals, doing training procedures, training personnel. Like, why are we not getting our employees involved in this? If they can't do it, whose fault is that? So they can handle your money, they can handle your customers, they can be the face of your company, they can, like I said, handle the cash, but they can't do anything else? No, they can. We have to get them engaged. Engage them in all aspects of the store. 1 in 3 employees cite boredom as the reason for leaving a company. And in an ice cream store, guess what? There's a lot of down hours where the customers aren't flying through. What are your employees doing? You're going to get mad at them for being on their phone when there's nothing to do or when they're really, really slow. But we don't give them other opportunities to help the business. We don't get them thinking. We don't get them engaged. We don't have meetings and brainstorming sessions where we talk about ideas and different flavors. Again, use their different perspectives, from the generational perspectives, the community perspectives, their personal perspectives that you have to better your business. Companies with high employee engagement are 21% more profitable, have 41% lower absenteeism, and have 60% higher workplace morale. So that means less call-outs, better culture, more money by getting your employees engaged. All right, very, very, very important to do that. Encourage employees to promote within their personal and social networks. Look, this has always been tricky for some customers. They're like, look, I'm afraid because if I fire kids, right away they're going to go online and trash my store. Well, okay, I get it. That's a risk. But what's the reward by treating kids right, by getting them involved in your social media presence, by getting them involved in their personal networks? What if they're happy? What if they're treated right and they love working for you and they grow the business and grow the business and grow the business? And what if you have 95% of your employees who love the business and that one person who just didn't work out for them, and you had to get rid of them and they went online and trashed her? I guarantee you, and I've seen it happen many times, all those other employees that understand your culture and your collaboration in your business are going to get your back via social media. Okay? Don't do stuff from a point of weakness. Do it from a point of strength. Build the culture, build the team, build the business, build the environment to grow that engagement. And if you do that, you'll protect yourself from that couple bad apples that you might come across. All right. Who was your operations greatest influencer? This is a really cool survey study that I found. So when you have influencers, people that influence buying decisions or visiting decisions, who are they? Is engagement, is it yourself, your CEO, which is you, your employee, your customer, a media spokesperson? Media spokesperson, we don't get much of. That's more of a bigger business. But if you look at it from an engagement standpoint, who helps build the engagement? Well, it's your highest rated is your employees. All right. Who communicates the integrity of your store and the honesty of your store? Highest rated, your employees. How about the products and service? Who could help really influence the products, the services in the community, and what you should buy and how you should buy it and what people perceive that as? Well, right up there is your employees. Operations, okay? Who helps dictate how your operations go and dictates to the community how well it's being done? It's your employees. Your employees have such a huge effect on your business, but if you don't engage them, if you don't teach them, if you don't include them, you're really missing out. It's a tremendous marketing advantage to turn your employees from just paid people to brand ambassadors. Okay, so are your employees engaged to their best abilities? All right, and I do understand not every employee has the same skill set. Some employees are personality plus, and getting them out there in front of customers is great. Some employees, maybe they're not full of personality, but they're great with social media and they have a wonderful networking ability on the computer. All right, utilize that. Some employees are wonderful. There's just idea people. They come up with flavors and products. You can meld all these different skill sets to better your business, but you got to have the right culture to do it. So you're ready to shake up your team, right? What can brand ambassadors do, as we talked about in this seminar? Well, brand ambassadors can shape the culture of your operation. Have the right people, you'll have the right culture. It is chicken or the egg. You can't have the right culture without the right people, but you can't have the right people without your right culture. But you are the leader of that. You have to start driving that culture now, okay? Brand ambassadors can help increase sales and marketability. The right employees will help your business do more dollars, okay? By creating more sales, creating more customers at the window, by coming up with ideas, by allowing your store to be more marketable. Brand ambassadors can help innovate and create new products. If you have an employee who's engaged in your business, engaged in desserts and ice creams, they will come up with new ideas. They're the ones doing it. The older you get, the more you're set into your ways, and you like what you like. You're not trying new things. The younger generation will try new things. They see new things. They're on Instagram. They can visit more websites in 5 minutes than we can visit in 1 hour. So having them be part of it will help innovate, find out new products. But they got to feel comfortable to approach you with it. And they got to know that if they do approach you with it, hey, look, they're going to take this and run with it. It's an awesome feeling. Imagine how cool it would feel if you're an employee, you're 20 years old, you're 18 years old, you approached your boss and you said, look, I found this awesome new sundae topping that I saw that they're doing at a store in California. Look at this product. Can we put it on the menu? And they put it on the menu and you name it after them. And the people are buying it and they're selling it. I mean, imagine the engagement, the loyalty, the positivity you're going to get out of that employee. Brand ambassadors can help execute social media and marketing campaigns. Like I said, social media is humongous. If you watched our seminar from yesterday, you'll see that. Obviously, running a business, owning a business, you don't have the time to dedicate to social media marketing that you should. Maybe you don't have the dollars to kind of outsource it. Use your staff. They're on these sites every minute of every day. Okay, trust me. They are utilize their exposure and utilize their network. Brand ambassadors can help employee retention and hiring. The better your staff is, the better your staff will be. You can hire easier. You won't even have to find people because the good employees will bring in other good employees. Type A or A+ employees want to work with A+ employees. They won't bring in anybody that can't do the job they want because they believe in your company and it's important to them. Okay? I've seen it even in families where sisters or brothers, a brother and a sister. No, I won't bring in my sister. She won't work here, right? She won't care. I mean, that means I've seen employees choose the company they work for over a family member because of the culture that company brings. They can improve the experience for your customers. This is pretty simple. We touched upon it right in the beginning. The experience on the inside of your store is what customers will experience on the outside of your store. So if you have the culture and the teamwork and the collaboration that we're talking about here, your customers will feel it. And when your customers feel that, they will return again and again and again. And it gives you time to work more at the business rather than in it, okay? The weaker your staff is, the more time you have to spend working in the business rather than working at the business. And a lot of these seminars that we're giving is stuff to work at the business about, all right? But sometimes you got to get in before you can get out. But it's very, very important. If you have the type of staff that we're preaching here, you can work more at the business. How do we create more customers? How do we come up with new products? Do I want to open a second location or a third location because I have staff here that the business is running itself. They don't need me there all the time. And then they can make the workplace fun and energetic. Look, I am a believer in having fun. It's very, very important. You can't just work every day and grind and grind and grind and grind and grind. I want people that can laugh 1 minute and turn it on the next minute. And they're hard to find, but they are out there. I know they're out there because, we have them here. But when you have that type of mentality and everybody's pulling in the same direction, it's energy. It's really energetic and it's fun and you have fun. These businesses can be fun, for the most part, the ice cream business is a happy endeavor for customers and for your staff. So we got to capitalize on that. So in closing, look, it's very, very important to build the right type of culture for your customers. All right. It's integral. It can help your business. It helps support it. I really want to thank everybody for the time. Like I said, this will be streamed live on the site, and we can certainly blast it out if anybody needs it. If you have any other questions or you want any more help on this, we're always available to kind of sit down personally with you and your team one-on-one and see how we can help you shake up your staff so you can have the best 2021. Thanks so much. God bless. Have a great day.